Hey everyone, I'm Mike Lowe, and we are back in EA Sports College Football 25, and we are in the 2025 season. If you've been following the James Madison Dukes, you know I've been kind of focusing on gameplay and just kind of talking through how I've been playing the game and enjoying the game. We, of course, have our online league at simsportsgaming.com. I've taken Texas in that league, and it's a totally different experience, as you'd expect, than using JMU here, even in the second year. And the second year with this team really presents a lot of unique challenges because I don't really know if this team's better. I think we are with our overall. I guess we have more depth, but like we have a huge downgrade at quarterback, even though we have a couple nice like mobile scramblers. And of course, what you're seeing here is my depth chart right before our first game. We're in week one. We've already simulated week zero. I've already gone through the off season, and I just kind of did that at my own pace, so I don't have a stream of that exactly. I'm just going to talk through it as we go through this second season, and that's kind of the theme here. What we're doing is just really kind of seeing how the game holds up here as we start the transition. We finished last year, I think it was like 6-7, 5-7. We didn't make a bowl game, and so that was my goal, was to make a bowl game according to my contract or to win a bowl game, and it did not happen. But it still have pretty safe job security. I need to look at that and see what it looks like exactly right now. But that's kind of where we're at. So I'm just going to flip through. You can see this is a big downgrade. We actually have, this is kind of cool. I converted this receiver, and he was like a 58 overall. I was just hoping he'd be like a decent receiving back. He's now our starter at halfback, so it's really weird. It's also weird that he's wearing number 83. So it's definitely kind of a weird thing. And then the odd part is actually our better receiving back is actually Chris Russell, who is a running back we used a little bit last year. He has that safety valve physical trait there, which is cool. And again, just kind of flipping through receiver. It's, I don't know, it's okay. We have Tajee Hudson coming back, who I like a lot. Maxwell Moss, I mean, he's a 70 overall. What am I supposed to say about this guy? And as you can just see, there's not a lot of depth. Where we're going to have to really kind of focus more this year is running like two tight end sets. We got to keep our better players on the field. Kind of built more to run the ball, I guess, including the quarterback. I mean, we really need to kind of focus on just running. Of course, passing needs to be part of it to keep guys honest, but a couple decent tight ends, especially when you're looking at JMU. I actually flip flop the left tackle. I was having Womack because he has that better pass blocking grade. But when I really started kind of thinking about the makeup, I liked having that strong grip rating, and I put our kind of our backup right tackle at starting left tackle right now. And so again, just really trying to prioritize kind of just being beefy and just trying to move the ball. We have pretty decent guards. Our center is not very good. But definitely our strong suit is running the ball. Again, power right tackle here in Josh Toner. And then that starter at left tackle would slide in the right tackle. So Womack would still get some playing time if we had an injury, say, at right tackle. I think our defense is going to be a lot better this year. And I think that's one of the stories I'm looking out for here is we Wesley Williams, I believe he was a transfer. I had so many random transfers. I just threw scholarships at random people. I don't even remember who's a transfer, who was here last year. I'm just not familiar with some of the depth that we had at James Madison last year. That's a sign of a bad coach when you have guys who show up the next year and you're like, were you on the team last year? I don't remember. So it's kind of wild there. But I really like the depth we have at D line. We got some power rushing guys who can come in. Right end, of course, we're bringing back Terry Lockett, who I need to go and look at his. I'll do this in a second. He won some awards last year. I know he was like all Sun Belt. He might have been like all, what is it called? Just one of the top players. I forget what they call it at the college level, like all NCAA or whatever. I think he was like the second best defensive end or something, and then he just got a lot of kind of cleanup sacks. Biggest story I think on defense is that true freshman recruit Reed Harvey. Because of how the depth charts work with the 4-2-5, I actually have him in the second slot, but rest assured he is our top defensive tackle. He is one of the few true freshmen who are going to be suiting up this year, and certainly one of the few true freshmen, if maybe only true freshman, who's starting on defense or anywhere. So he's already 6'3", 320 pounds as a freshman, wearing number 98. Super excited about him. Talked a lot about him in the recruiting videos that I have on my channel there. Left outside linebacker with the 4-2 defense, I kind of use it as like a blitzing spot. And so like if we were to kind of go in there, there's some different sub packages that you can use when you're in game in the different formations. And so this is really just like, this is not like a coverage position. This is somebody who I just put in as like an extra blitzer, basically. So that's what this part is here. Middle linebacker is kind of what you expect. We kind of have more like coverage linebackers, and Hendricks, again, 72, not great. Mobley, 70, not great. They are what they are. Cornerback's a huge improvement, though, especially with depth. Really happy about this. Chauncey Logan is back. I believe he was on the team last year. Mitchell Ferguson, I think, was on the team last year as just one of those like freshmen. He was like a 66 overall. He's up to a 76 with 99 speed and acceleration. I had him as our third corner because I don't think he's good as a cover guy as Booth, but we're going to be running a lot of man-to-man, like cover two man-to-man, and probably like back these guys off because I don't really think they're guys I want pressing unless the receivers are really bad. And so let's see. But yeah, he has a deal breaker. He wants playing time, so we've moved him up. There's already a threat of him transferring, and I don't want that to happen. Just excited to see how he does. He's going to be a little bit raw, but we can go with it. Of course, Booth was a pretty decent corner for us last year, and it's just nice to have some depth finally. Free safety, this might be one of our best defensive players as well here. This guy was a freshman last year on the team, true freshman. He now has I forget what that purple one is like. I don't know, Sapphire rating or whatever it is for house call. And that is one that allows him to I think it's he makes no I think robbers he makes quicker breaks on the ball, and then house call I think is a higher interception rate. It's like one of the two. I think he has both those. I forget which one is which. So that's really nice. And then of course we play with two strong safeties in the 4-2-5. So what I need to be looking for, and this is tough in game because I've experienced a weird glitch that I haven't seen, or a bug that people haven't talked about. When I load into practice mode, even though I have 4-2-5 as my defense, for some reason it always loads in as like a 3-3-5 or like a 4-3. It's super random. I can't figure out if that's just supposed to be like, oh, that's the defense you're going to be facing. It's like we play at UNLV week 1. Maybe that's just UNLV's defense. I'm not exactly sure. I can't figure it out. I'm just assuming it's a weird bug. So anyway, I like to go into practice because then I can start to look at the different like formation subs that are available. This game still doesn't have formation subs outside of a game or like outside of practice, unfortunately. But what I need to do is I technically want Callaway to be in that strong safety spot that's near the line of scrimmage. That would have me putting him like this. But then the problem is when I go into like a dime or a nickel, Holmes is going to go to the bench. I don't want that because he's more like my coverage safety. And it's not by a lot. You could even make the argument that Callaway's a better coverage guy. But I just like his I like the play recognition of Callaway being near the line. Again, I don't really want him playing the safety position because of his awareness. So again, if it's like third and long, I'd rather have this guy with the higher awareness there. So I have to kind of look for a way to get 36 down in the slot and keep 12 in the defensive backfield. So take a screenshot of that in case I need to reference it during game. And then of course we have a walk-on kicker who's going to be just a blast to play with. Can't wait to use a 58 kicking power kicker. That's going to be fun. You could argue I should just put my punter there, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm just kind of curious to see how it rolls. I don't think any other teams like use punter at kicker, and maybe if they do, I'll flip-flop that. But I always feel like it's kind of like a scrubby advantage because like right here, here's a team that technically has a better punter, and they're not doing it, so I'm okay with that. I need to look at UNLV, but I did say I wanted to go and see. We were going to look at something here, and I already forget what it is now. There was a position we wanted to take a look at. Oh, I forget what it is now. Is it corner? There was some player profile I wanted to go in and take a look at. I forget. I'll pull up the chat while I try to think about that. But appreciate you guys being here. Excited to get in and get streaming here shortly. It's pretty hot today, so just waiting for it to cool down before I start. Maybe go for a run later and get a good workout in, take the dog out, all that fun stuff. So again, just looking to pull up the chat here, so just bear with me. All right, I'm into the chat there. If anybody's got questions as we go through it, let me know. Was it Harvey we wanted to look at? I'm just trying to remember why I wanted to look at somebody, and I don't remember what it is now. Who was it? Who were we wanting to look at? I don't know. Anyway, I do want to go. So the reason I haven't done this on the kind of before the video is one of the things I like to do. We're playing UNLV, and surprisingly, we're rated better than them. We're going to be on the road. Still going to be a tough game. But whether it's my online league or whether it's even just playing the AI, I like to just look at the depth chart of the other team, and it's kind of an obvious thing, but I'm surprised just how few people do it. Like I'll see in our online league, as soon as we advance, people jump into a game, and granted, maybe they've looked ahead of time, and that's fine too. But like injuries, I like to look at the. Of course, there's no injuries right now this time of the year, but I like to look and even see the, just how the teams, what you can expect. You look for weaknesses, you look for strengths. So again, like I'm looking here, he's not super accurate. Just kind of your run-of-the-mill quarterback, not great speed or anything, so we don't have to like worry about him scrambling too much at 6'5", 234. Pretty good running back for them. So again, maybe that's something we look to try and shut down a little bit. Receivers, they have one really good receiver, so and this lets me know I'm going to use the overall, kind of like the depth chart overall setting or whatever it's called when I'm in game. And I don't want to press any of these guys. We don't have good press corners, so we're going to be staying back. We'll be playing cover 2 man still a lot, but I'll be kind of like in a cover 4 shell or even a cover 3 shell. And so, again, that's just, to me, very, very helpful to kind of take a look at. Looking at the offensive line, especially at tackles, to see if I want to like rotate any of my ends. So like pass blocking of 77 on this guy. Okay. Their line isn't bad. So the weakness is at their right tackle, so that's fine. So I'll make sure that my better pass rusher is on left tackle, or on the left side of the defensive line as much as I can. Looking at their defense, pretty standard. Some weaknesses up the middle, especially if you're going to kind of run formations, which we're going to want to be using the 2 tight end sets. Linebackers are not very big. They're pretty good, though. Middle linebacker's a really good player. So again, they're probably running a 4-3 kind of base defense, 4-2-5, something like that. Corners aren't very good. Then again, neither are our receivers. But again, just looking for some opportunities here. I also like to look at like awareness, play recognition. I'll show you something on my quarterback here in a second why this matters. So not great awareness, not bad. I mean, there's nothing here that like screams at me like, ooh, we'll be able to take advantage of this. Sometimes you will. You'll see guys in your league who are like, oh, he's got 97 speed, and the guy's got like 35 awareness or play recognition. Play action pass on those guys. They're going to bite all the time. So that's really helpful. Safety is not bad. Looking at the zone coverage here, ooh, really, really good zone safety from the free safety. So this team is not, they're not bad. I mean, they're a 2.5 star. We're a 1.5 star. But it's interesting because, again, they are the better rated. I wanted to show you guys something with my freshman quarterback. I had a kind of a tougher time deciding between these two. They're rated the same. They're really, really similar. They're both true freshman scramblers. They both have one gold physical trait. But what really sold me is, check this out. Play action pass 99 on this guy. So for a team that are like, hey, we want to run, 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 okay, well, here we go. This could open up a few things here. I have to just keep in mind myself, like we should be trying to run the ball. At the same time, you can't just be super predictable, run, run, pass every 3 downs. It's a really, really quick way to kind of get things shut down. So let's see. I need to check one thing because I still don't know all my player numbers. And again, unfortunately, this game is like one of the kind of the pitfalls is just not being able to see just your defensive linemen and whatnot, and like who's who sometimes. You have to do it on the fly is really tough. You have to be really, really quick and kind of know who you're looking at. So 92 is kind of like our DT2, our run stuffer. Harvey, as I mentioned, our DT1, he's number 98. And then I'm just looking at the sub guys. Rushing defensive tackles. It's going to be totally different. So William has moved to the inside. He's our kind of like our power rushing end. He will move to the inside, and he'll be with Miller. So again, it's a totally different on the inside. 97 and then 52, as I just take a couple screenshots there so I remember that. And then, let's see. Something else I wanted to look at, and then we're just going to get moving here. But oh yeah, so our better pass rusher, Williams is a 78. I mean, it's going to be Lockett all the way. He'll be on the right side, which we don't necessarily want in the 4-2-5, so I'll be slipping that, but when we rush, he'll be in the spot that we want. So again, we're looking to get 90 isolated on that right tackle is kind of the general game plan. So but yeah, I think we're set to go. Again, if you want to see more on the recruiting, I actually have another recruiting video I need to just put together. I have kind of a few clips from just going through the rest of the season. I haven't put that together yet, so if you're wondering, like, well, what happened between week 14 and that, I just haven't done it yet. But Gonna get into some gameplay here. James Madison, I believe we're playing at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, so that's pretty fun. Because I will never end up kicking the ball if I don't pick this, unfortunately. We're gonna go with that. I really hope I can get my so before we do that, let's just go in and check the practice really quick, and I can, one, show you what I'm talking about, and two, maybe, just maybe, it's working now, but I just don't think it is. So, oh, and this is, I've had so many people on my YouTube channel ask me, hey, what's going on? Like, it's practice mode is not showing up, and you're correct, and I believe what you have to do is just back out and reload it. So, I don't know, it's really weird. Okay, so we're going to reload the JMU Dynasty here. And then hopefully practice mode shows up again. There it is. So free practice reappears. So if you're wondering how and why that happens, that's why. All I'm doing here, guys, I'm just going in and just looking at the defensive formations to see if it makes sense. This just saves me a ton of time from like trying to troubleshoot it in the middle of the game. And so, yeah, it's not the most exciting part, but again, I figured I could just show you guys. We're just going to do random play. I'm not even concerned about this, but you can see here, it's loaded up a totally different defense, so it's not really going to do me any good. I can look at my nickel, I guess. I got 12 where I want him, but let's just say if I had to, yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm going to have to figure it out on the fly, unfortunately, because I don't know. I don't get it. My coach and scheme are both set to the 4-2-5. But it just doesn't work unless UNLV runs a 3-3-5 or something like that, and like they want me just to like simulate that, I guess. But I don't know. It'd be cool if they gave us that option instead. So we are gonna choose the kick, even though I think that's goofy, but otherwise you'll never get that. Let's see. We're going all whites. They just look so good. Let's see what theirs look like here. Current home. Looks like Ohio State. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Here we go, guys. 2025, week 1. No idea what to expect of this team. I have to remember they are not my Texas Longhorn team, who's 5-0, by the way, ranked number 2. The stadium looks like it's something out of Star Wars. If you've never seen it in person, we have some family who live in Vegas now, and just driving by it, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a wild stadium. Come on, Dukes. 2 tight end sets. I think run right at their defensive tackles. Take what we can get through the air.
And the Rebels will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make.
There's our coach with no headset. Just, I mean, as old school as you can get. No headset. Joshua Douglas.
And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
Gonna run it. It's Harris.
There he is, number 83. So
So
ridiculous.
So guys, over the last few years, there have been seismic changes to college football. Realignment, name, image, and likeness. But one of the biggest changes, the transfer.
Let's try to run off that left tackle we got
And now
started.
guys that are unhappy or in a situation where they see something that they'd rather be in, now you can leave, and there is no penalty. So a lot of recruiting, Jesse, on other people's teams that go on throughout a season.
Yeah, it's 365, and it's a lot of pressure on coaches to re-recruit their own players as well to try to keep those rosters intact. But the transfer portal completely flips rosters upside down. One team that struggles this year, if they get one key addition, it's a team potentially competing for a national championship next season.
They'll need 3 yards here on 3rd down to keep this opening drive alive. Looking to throw for it. And that's incomplete.
Oh, why did that animation take so long? That was the most like wide open play ever. Like I'm trying to throw it, and he's like doing the whole rollout animation. It's a pretty good throw. I mean, then it just freezes. It's like, dude, and then he still drops the ball. This is the kind of year it could be. Oh my gosh, that's tough. That sucks to punt on that.
Knock the ball to the ground. Fourth down
But
coming
yeah,
up.
got a punt.
The
Got a good
neutral
defense,
run
better
away
defense
on
at least.
fourth down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair.
I'm gonna turn off the camera real quick before I go crazy, missing something easy.
Inside the 40.
Oh, and real quick, let me pause. I'm just gonna look at my screenshots here of my defensive line. So ideally, yeah, we want 92 and 98. 92 and 98 is kind of like a good base setup. And then at safety, first game of the year stuff here, guys. Yeah, I think it's 36. So 92 and 98.
Bees offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact
Okay,
players.
so
for
there,
this one,
the
what are you
4-2
looking
under
for,
is set
Jesse,
up
for a
really
guy to
well.
make an
Accessory's got
Well,
the
these are
safeties in
simply
the
put
wrong
leaders
spot.
of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the
No, I'm
team
just gonna throw
leaders.
this
These
play.
guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Leaves it with the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So unfortunately, there is nothing that can get
Continue to feature the run. They want balance.
12
Even if it's not
back.
super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
It's annoying.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. He puts a lot of air under him down the sideline. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. The Rebels in the hurry up.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
So that's 14 and 12. Let me see.
Energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen. The ones that get in the backfield.
Yeah, that's weird. 14 and 12 are my safeties. That's what I mean. It's like so distracting, like trying to set your depth chart and then also picking the play. And I just wish they'd give us formation subs. So yeah, 14 obviously should be back. And 12 should be back, but then like why isn't 36 on the field? Why isn't 36 down in the 4-2-5 anywhere? That doesn't make any sense.
Go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
After losing
I
a
haven't
couple
picked a
on
single
that
play I
last
want
play,
yet.
here's 2nd and 12. He'll try it again. Fakes his man out. And he does a really nice job
Okay, let's try to
finding
pick a play.
open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Just a simple power play.
Let's finally get into our cover 2 man that I've been trying to run. Actually, we'll go cover 1 hole. It's fine.
Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown.
Oof. Touchdown.
Grab near the sticks. It's Beasley. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution.
there's one of
3rd
36.
short. Now set up in a 1st
Okay,
and goal
so the strong
situation.
safety swap. That'll
And
help.
the Rebels are threatening on 1st and goal. On the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And then what I can do is sub in defensive tackles. 98. Whatever.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down
Sold out on the run both
so
times, and
do you feel
can do the same thing here.
Trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a
Take it. It's a victory.
I got to be physical.
Considering I only picked 2 defensive plays the whole drive.
When they're in short yardage
Brutal.
situations or when they're in goal line situations, they just seem to play tougher. They just seem to play better. They've got guys that get after the football. And another setting up 4th down.
Kevin Slay says with the new update, he's found, assuming it's a he, that Heisman difficulty with 10 minutes, 15 seconds. Pretty realistic. Sure. Yeah, it's pretty close to what I use. I think what am I at? 12 and 15? All-American, though. Alright, that was a disastrous, our defensive coordinator's headset wasn't working or something. It was, I'm feeling okay getting out of there with 3 points.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Last time,
Let's see if they give us anything here. Got numbers on the left for sure.
That puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Working in some option.
Early in the game,
Is there any option with only 2 receivers?
It's okay if I give up
Pretty sweet.
4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in,
like
gauge
it, huh?
the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Now on the option. Now the toss. Oh, he got loose. And that's what this option will do to you. They
pretty
got
deadly.
the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back. And he's
Tight
got
end
a lot
involved
of
here if
skill,
we get a good
guys.
look.
He's got
I think they're
speed,
blitzing.
open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Looking to
They
throw,
are.
it's Douglas. Gets it out quickly. The defense
Thought about audibling, and the reason why is I'm pretty sure they blitzed that corner on the left, but I thought it might be okay, so let's see. Okay, so they didn't, but yeah, see I had 8 wide open. I just wasn't sure if that was going to be there, but I should have audibled. And we had numbers out there to block, just they didn't set them up.
yardage.
You know, that's one as a
Gotta put our
quarterback.
play
when you
action
see
to
all
work
those
here.
defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll run play action. And they got him for the sack.
That's single high safety, but I was actually going to throw to the middle on this because they had pretty good covers on the left. You could see they kind of had the yeah, I mean, they were kind of blanketed. And so right there, you could see that receiver was going to clear over the middle, but just no time. And I missed that they blitzed. I should have picked that up. I wasn't looking at that.
Pass that quarterback, he really has to sell the
No
fake.
reason to
You
get
can't
crazy
tell
here.
His offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long.
Free play.
They're
We're just
trying
going
to
to.
get
Oh
to it.
man, I was going to just throw it
And
up.
he is going down here, but we have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
That penalty helps some, but it's still 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass.
Our line's having trouble getting out to
You gotta love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play
Block.
on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
I see the chat's blowing up. Give me a few minutes, guys.
UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field.
I mean, I'm still trying to get like my sub set up. This is so ridiculous.
They just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Really need to get formation subs, or at least have the practice working so I can do it right. It's super frustrating.
Get down there, focus on execution, and getting 6 points.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the
Like, why
course
isn't
of the game and
92
see if
even
they
an
can
option to tick
contain
here?
this running attack.
Super
Got
weird.
3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Slam to the
Okay,
ground.
I just gotta
but
focus on
not before he
defense. This is
gets
gonna be
the first
ridiculous.
down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time.
He said my
in the
safeties,
run game
right?
Before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So the offense accepts the penalty, and they'll get a little farther away from their own end zone.
All right, it's the first time I feel like I'm actually calling the play that I want. But they got Callaway in the wrong spot at safety here.
From the gun, the ground game. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't
Unless
give
he's
them
tired.
any extra yards.
Yeah, so we got to try to switch him out.
Run game is good.
I mean,
Balance
12
is
and
good.
14
Now, listen,
back
if
there.
Run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football
Nope,
a little
not
bit
gonna
more.
happen.
But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Now on 2nd down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll try to get it through the air. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Ooh, what
And
a punt.
coverage team surrounding
I'm going to pause, check the chat real quick. See, there's a lot of questions here. 11 minutes with 20 seconds, says Jordan, his online league. All-American. Yeah, the lowest, for sure. Like, there's a pro and con to going, like, between 10 and 12 minutes. You get more scoring. But, I mean, that's college football, too. I just look at the play counts, play totals. I was glad to see that EA tighten up tackling. I mean, that's going to certainly help with scores and things like that, running more plays from scrimmage. Yeah, running is harder. Yep, defense. Yeah, exactly. Totally agree, Heaven. Yeah, All-American can be too easy. It's weird. It just kind of fluctuates. And again, like such a difference between using like Texas and JMU. And the conference I'm in, so just default, I didn't do any conference adjusting because I advanced the next season before the patch. And I just wanted to make sure, yeah, I've heard bad things. And so I wanted to actually give it still another patch cycle before I start doing any sort of adjusting of conferences. So, of course, JMU, Sun Belt, and then SEC with Texas. I've actually, Jordan's saying he's not noticing the pursuit changing. I have. No, you don't need to restart. But yeah, I've actually noticed it a lot. Even with like the players I'm controlling, it's kind of nice. Like it just locks in a little bit better.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Of course.
At the 15, he's loose. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field.
It's like a 3-inch penalty. 1 yard.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the
What the heck?
offense has 10 more yards it has to cover.
Why is it making me punt? Oh, right, because that's holding in the end zone.
After giving up that safety,
Oh
they'll have
my
to boot it away
goodness.
and give it right back to them.
Ooh, that's a terrible kick.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch.
Oh boy. Not fun.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of
Yeah, and like I just can't get my, because like now I have a big nickel in here, but I have the end on the wrong side of the field.
He leaves it with the back.
And so there you go. That should have been my run defender on that side at end. Yeah, you gotta give us these, man. Gotta give us some formation subs. I don't even know who's on the field half the time right now. It totally matters, like what plays you're calling. And
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV
I spent the entire quarter just like trying to get my defensive players where they need to be. It's so distracting.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter.
That's still wrong. Oh my gosh, it's so brutal.
Back at it to open the quarter with this first down play. Quarterback on the keeper. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Nice job there by the QB on the zone read, because he's watching the D lineman and he knows he has to keep the football, and then he right away takes it upfield to get some positive points.
And like this formation I could live with, but there's no cover two.
For second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Got enough space. Touchdown UNLV. Reeled it in and just
Very
made the
frustrating.
house call.
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited.
Yeah, the no huddle in general is just awful to play against. You want to talk about like trying to scramble and only calling like 4 plays. And
I can't wait to see what this offense
stupid.
does this year.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
I'm so tempted. Like I wish I could just like, because you can't do like formation subs in here, can you? Like there's nowhere to do formation subs other than in the menu when you have 10 seconds. I'm so tempted to just like, well, I can't even take delay games. Let's say I'll just sit there, take delay games, and just try to like look through my packages.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a tight one so far in Columbus. They are up by 7 over UCLA. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. With jet sweep pass. The expressway is wide open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Continuing to turn and move it forward.
It's our power back there. He's in 3 running backs this year.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
From the gun. Give on the inside. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Caught behind the line. It's Hudson. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. Play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Defense way over eager there, and now the entire playbook just opens up before the eyes of this offensive coordinator. Now they'll run the draw. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
We'll see if they go back to the run here on 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on 1st down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? We got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different.
This match over here for sure.
Give this offense something to think about.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Now the play fake.
Ah, terrible.
Going downfield for the big play. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a
I took a chance. I couldn't see it on the
They
screen.
bring him down, but that great defensive play might be
I want to look at this.
overturned. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the...
It was really hard to see it off screen. I saw him blitz in. I was like, oh, I think there's only 2 guys out here. It turns out that wasn't true at all. But yeah, should have zoomed out. I mean, I had 2 guys underneath. 3 guys. The other 3 guys were open, or would have been. Sweet.
results of that last play.
All right, I'm totally calling an audible here. I just want to figure out these formations. This is so jacked up.
The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Keeps the legs moving. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on
Ooh,
first
now
down,
it's...
man, you are
Oh, they
doing
must
just
be
that.
fatigued, because now this one's set up how I want. So
6-yard
weird.
pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4.
But there's like no 2-man coverage in this formation at all.
Hand off from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
So the
It's
over
amazing how play by a defensive
strong
end in
safety
the
swap
backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a
think is
series
working.
but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Quickly complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive.
I can't even, like,
plays.
audible in the
Defense
cover 2.
finally able to make the stop.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Looking for a man. It's O'Neal. Feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires it incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I might be restarting this game. This is irritating.
So
Not
the
because of
decision
that.
has been
I
made, and
felt
the
so
coach will
distracted
take the penalty.
with getting these formations looking somewhat respectable. Like, I'm just taking screenshots of these formations at this point.
So the offense keeps its drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty.
That's the only way I can sort it out. Is like you have to jump into a game and like
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
just take screenshots of the formations and hope guys aren't tired.
Great job at
So if I go to base,
and in order to do that, the end man on the
screenshot,
line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set
screenshot,
the point and force the football
screenshot.
back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
yeah. Anyway,
They got
well, this works as an intro video to the new season. I mentioned I have to do another recruiting video, and also I have some more ideas on recruiting too that I've been working out really well in my online league. So I apologize for that abrupt ending, but I get frustrated when I feel super distracted. And just catching up on the chat here too. Yeah, onside kicks are definitely. It's always something, Jordan. Like, it seems like when they introduce something, I guess newish, like, hey, you can get onside kicks now. Like, they overdo it. Remember, like when they introduced blocked kicks, it was like super overdone. There's a bug when CPU do no huddle. The linebackers you're controlling just don't want to move, so you get an encroachment penalty. Oh, interesting. I haven't seen that. Yeah, I actually don't mind the onside. Yeah, it's probably a little bit high, but I kind of like the drama of it. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But guys, we're gonna retry this sim later on, I promise. For now, I'm gonna try to get these depth charts sorted out because it was beyond distracting. Just was not paying attention, and even on offense, still trying to think about like, how did I set that depth chart right? So I'm gonna look at those screenshots I grabbed. Probably even load back into the game a few more times, get some more screenshots, and just try to get this kind of set up in packages that I can use. So thanks, guys. I will be back online at some point.